Hello everyone, here I am in St Mary's Church. We've got a lovely tree in the background. It's the Christmas tree festival this weekend, but I really want to talk about Advent, which tends to get a bit swamped by Christmas. And what I'm going to do is unashamedly filch from somebody else. I'm going to read a really good reflection by the Reverend Dr. Callie Hammond, who is Dean of Gonville and Keyes College in Cambridge, and it appeared on the St Paul's Cathedral website. And I think it's particularly good. It appeared today, Friday the 3rd of December. I'm just going to read it straight, more or less, and I think it's worth reflecting on. So this is Callie Hammond. What is special about the Christian New Year, about Advent? When we ask ourselves about the meaning of Advent, it can help to compare how people mark the start of the legal and social New Year on the 1st of January. In that case, the key thing is not what we do on New Year's Day, but what we do at the moment when one year turns into another, 2021 into 2022. In other words, what we do on New Year's Eve. Lots of people go to parties and enjoy plenty of food and drink, with fireworks and singing at midnight. Some, like me, are more curmudgeonly and prefer a quiet time at home. I have to say I agree with her. Many of us make resolutions to do better in the new year than in the one now passing. In many Christian churches where Advent is not much observed, and where midnight mass doesn't happen, there is instead a watch night service on New Year's Eve. In this case, the sacred and the secular New Year timetable map onto one another. However we mark the change then, we have a sense of a boundary which will be crossed, whether we like it or not. I value Advent because of a pattern which occurs in nature and the church together. The time of growing is completed and the harvests finish. Nothing more can happen, nothing more can grow before the light turns at the solstice, which was once the 25th of December, and Christmas Day arrives. Waiting is hard. Surely few of us enjoy having to wait for what we want. Yet the ability to defer pleasure is a mark of human maturity, of being a person who can take the long view and be patient instead of snatching at what they desire. Practicing deferred pleasure turns tiresome waiting into thrilling anticipation, a much more positive experience. Advent hallows this time of waiting. As we shall see in the weeks ahead, it does so by looking back in human history. This is not nostalgia, it is a form of active remembrance. As we call to mind the patriarchs and prophets of old, and then on the third Sunday of Advent turn to John the Baptist and Mary the mother of Jesus on the fourth, we can trace the pattern of divine guidance through so many centuries and far ahead into our own time. We are as much a part of the pattern of God's Advent providence, as any patriarch, saint or prophet, as we shall discover in weeks to come. So thank you, Callie Hammond, and may you have a good, reflective Advent.